So I just want to make a little video here. We got a 2005 GMC Sierra 3500, and in case you guys are curious on how to do a bumper removal, I just want to point one thing out. A lot of people, I don't think, really realize that you can actually leave all this bracketry on here and just unbolt the two bolts that go right here, which are on either side. And then if you come over here, you'll see in the wheel well, there's these two, that's where those two bolts go. They're 15 millimeter. And then on the top, you have to take off the whole grill assembly, which is just a clip that goes here and here, right there actually. And there's a bolt here too that holds it in. Don't forget about that. I actually didn't break this. This was broken when I started working on it, which sucks. And then there's also one here on the bottom on the opposing side. And then there's also a clip, if that'll focus, a clip that goes in right here on either side, which is what these guys are right here. And then there's also a black plastic on the trim piece that goes on the bottom here. There's also a clip right there, and that is connected right here. This one, the metal tab's still stuck in there, but you get the idea. And then once you get all that off, you'll see that the bumper here, I took this plastic piece is supposed to be sitting on here. So this normally sits on here like this, but if you'll notice, they are notched on either side. That's so you can gain access to this bolt here. Same thing on this side. And there's also two bolts on this side. And those are all 15 millimeter. And just to go a step further, because what I'm doing is what I'm doing here is taking out all these clips. So if you're trying to replace the plastic piece on your Sierra, and you're trying to separate, say you bought like an aftermarket one or had one painted or whatever, there are clips that generally break. As you can see, it's supposed to be clipped in there. They're all broken. Same thing on the other side. And then you have to go through here and disconnect all of these clips. Now this part of the clip will stay here. This is what they look like here. They just sit, sorry, shitty camera work here. They sit inside there and clip into the metal of the bumper. I don't want to put that back in there, bitch. And just real quick. So in here, you'll see there's like a little locating thing for your screwdriver. I got like a real thin screwdriver. So what I'm doing is I'm going in here. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Pulling these down, which is the first step. And then after that, I kind of need two hands for this, but basically what I've been doing is taking a set of pliers and pinching the piece here to kind of sandwich it together. You kind of have to finagle with it. So I'll put that on there like that, and then while I have it on there, I'll get underneath here. Sorry, getting shitty camera work here. You take the screwdriver and put it through, not the first one, but the second one here, and jam that in, and then pry it out as you're squeezing this piece in here. Also, there were these brackets that I had to remove that sit in here like this. And again, there's two 15s, and then I had to use a wrench up here. One thing I will point out is I had to tack weld these on here because these just spin. They're almost like carriage bolts in a sense. And basically what was happening, I was trying to undo this nut, and the top of this was spinning, and I couldn't get it loose. So if you have a welder, I mean, it's kind of what I did. It's not the prettiest thing, but that's how I got them off. You might be able to get in there with vice grips and kind of maybe hold it. I mean, they'd have to be pretty thin. Or if you take, some people will take like an open-ended wrench. I don't know where mine went, and they'll file it down to get it to fit in there, but that's just kind of a waste of a wrench and waste a bunch of time doing that. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. I'll try to answer them if I remember. And that's how you remove a bumper on a 2005 GMC Sierra.